Hi guys, BanryuTV here. So this is the Blade Dancer free-to-play hybrid PvP PvE guide. So first, what is there to know? Let me show you basic rotations. Press C and animation cancel like this. Otherwise you do left step and you can dodge with this and keep attacking. For the 2 spell I'm using a stun, you can use it to recover chi, and you can also step like this and spam right click, which is useful if there's a destroyer or something, with a grab that recovers chi. Otherwise this is your stun, this is your knockdown, I mean, 2 important spells. My X does a daze and my V is an iframe with health regen. Z is for iframing. And finally tab and F gives you Maelstrom, which is blocking damage for like 1.5 seconds. This skill requires a bit of chi, but when not upgraded it's not really important, you can just pull mobs with it. Finally my tab does a parry, you need to time it 0.5 seconds before getting hit. Or well, more accurately, for 0.5 seconds you will parry someone who attacks you. My left click applies blade, which is important if you don't have someone else who applies blade. And we've done all the spells, and finally your core, which is an attack, and in PvP you can use it if somebody is knocked up, you keep it in the air and the core them. So the build I'm using is pretty simple. This is a build that works for PvP and PvE. As you can see, I'm golden 6 versus the middle. Just pretty easy to achieve actually, because most people don't know how to play. So now for the skill books, if you watched my previous skill book guide, you know that you get green skill books from Nameless Agent. He's here now. So check that guide up if you want to know how to get these. Basically subquests, and can get all your green books here. And let me show you what I'm using. So I'm not gonna go through the skills again. Basically you can put points in it and it increases damage. And you can also increase damage by stacking the same books together, which is this 2 thing there, Grandmaster. And it basically improves my damage by 4%. So I put it on Flicker and Lightning Flash, which are your 2 main DPS skills. And people are criticizing me for putting them on Flicker, but remember this is also a PvP build, and you want both skills to do damage in PvP. If you only need to play PvE, I guess you can put stacks on Lightning Flash, which is this F skill. But since I do both PvP and PvE, I need both my Flicker and Lightning Flash to do damage, because you're not gonna be able to hit all of them. Now for the moves, you don't need this Mystic Badge if you're only using green books, you need Storm Cleaver for this, so you can ignore that. You need a Flicker Moonwater Soul Badge. Easiest way to get it is just buying this chest. Moonwater Soul Badge, and you just RNG it until you get the Flicker one or Lightning Flash one. Both are okay. Flicker is more for PvP and Lightning Flash is more for PvE. But whatever you get, both work. It's fine. Once you next up Soul Shields, I'm using this for crit rate, but you can use another set. And you can use this Profane Soul Shield in PvP for the debuff resistance, which blocks CC with a chance. Otherwise for PvE you need critical rate and critical damage, which you can get on your rolls. But I wouldn't worry too much about this, just get 1000 crit rate and sell the rest, because you don't need beast items in this patch, since future patches will make this gear obsolete. It's better to just sell your stuff like what I'm doing and get some end coins in preparation for future content, which will be much more complicated. can see here what I sold, so I'll just keep selling stuff. For example, good crit items sell for a lot. Anyways, so also you need to get a Siren Lin Blade with a core in it, which you get from faction dailies, NPC, and 8 versus 8, 6 versus 6 battlegrounds NPC. Basically just do your quests and you can exchange here for weapon design or accessory design. Endless items to be able to do purple dungeons, and you can spam bad bug for getting green skill books and reselling them for blue books, or just getting your green books. Now as for the books I'm using, so where can you see that? Let me check. Okay, here we go. So I'm using Flicker, green one. I got 3 of them. Next, Lightning Flash, additional damage, 3 of them. And you can see it says Skill Grandmaster 2, which means I got 3 of them applied on my set. And what it does is just boost the damage by 4%. You can ignore that, it's just a minor DPS boost. But once you've got what you need, that is to say Dual Strike for the HP regen and iframe, Maelstrom for damage and status resistance, Whirlwind for the parry, Lightning Draw addition AoE for PvP and PVE, it works as well. Flicker, you can get it 1 time, Lightning Flash additional damage 1 time. We're not using cooldown reduction because I don't plan on using Stormcleave. It's better to sell it right now because it's expensive. Next I'm using this for the stun. Other people prefer to use raid for the chi regen, but like I said, this is a hybrid PvP PvE build. There's no point going pure PvE because you're gonna be useless in PvP, so don't do that. Next, Flock of Blaze stats removal, important skill to escape a grab. Shockwave for an AoE right click, which is for cleaning up weak mobs. Thunderstorm, I'm using Bleed because sometimes you don't have Bleed stackers in your party and you need to stack Blades on the boss, so it makes you useful. Also, it's nice for solo content. You can use the other one if you only play pre-made, I guess, with a Bleed stacker. It requires more chi, but I prefer Bleed. Guardian Tempest, this reduces cooldown reduction, 5 point strike days. Just more CC, very important in PvP. Phantom Grip 6 seconds instead of 4. It's useful for grabbing the boss and keeping him pinned down. And I think we've done everything. So for cleaning up weak mobs, you just press 3 to knock them down, then you press Lightning Draw, then you cancel and you just do this. Right click and it does some damage, and don't forget to use your core as well after you knock them down. And when you're fighting single bosses, it's mostly Lightning Flash, etc. Just animation cancel. And your F is supposed to do 2 attacks, so you need to wait until you do the flicker by checking if it does the 2 attacks. Pay attention to the animation as well. When the blade is up means the animation is complete. So ideally you want to master this or use a macro. I'm not using a macro to get this properly animation cancelled. If you struggle to do the animation cancel because of ping or something, just do this and keep spamming. Don't have to wait for the second attack if you cannot do it. Just spam left click and F. And I think this is it for the guide. Next time I'm gonna show exactly how to get the items you need. Basically, actually I'm gonna say it here, these from the blue dungeons and these from the blue dungeons or purple dungeons or marketplace or 6 versus 6 NPC trader or faction dailies NPC trader. and that's how you get your stuff. You don't have to run these dungeons. These two are very hard, so get like 630 AP and 1000 crit and learn the mech before you do them. This one is easy, you just need 600 plus and like 1k crit, I guess. Just a DPS check. This boss doesn't really have mechanics. These ones are doable any AP because it's not there's no enrage timer, so you can run them. But obviously the easiest way to get what you need is just go here and buy it. You can try to get a soul core as well from Tomb of Exiles, or with fragments you can transmute it here. And also once you get this item from the 6 vs 6 shop or daily or faction quest shop, you can also transmute a weapon with elemental powder that you get from Dragon Vault. Right here, get elemental powders by salvaging soul shields. And that's it. You're gonna get your gear, and now you know how to play BD. Let me know in the comments what you think. And this is only for the green books, obviously. If you want to access blue books or purple books, which I don't recommend right now, you're gonna need a few important books like Stormcleave, and then you can get your Mystic badge once you get Stormcleave. And you can even use a soul badge for Stormcleave if you want, but I'm using Flickered and or Lightning Flash for the soul badge. So I think we're done here. You can use these potions to increase your threat or debuff resistance for PvP or PvE if you want to tank. And there's some items that general loot. And finally, keep your revival charms for the harder dungeons. These two, because if you die you need to revive, otherwise it's a wipe. Unless you get revived by someone else and you have enough damage. So that's it for the guide. You can also transmute these book fragments into blue ones for 30% chance to get a blue book and use it or sell it. I sold everything I got, and now I've got some int coins in preparation for the future patches. Like whenever I get a skill book I just sell it. And here I'm trying to sell a purple flicker one for 40k, so if you want to buy it, let me know what price you want to negotiate. If that's too much to you, and I can bring it down, but I'm just gonna sell it for 40k otherwise. And 9 hours left to buy it. Alright, that's it for the BD guide. Thanks for watching. This guide helps you. Leave a comment, subscribe and like, and see you guys later, and ask me any questions you have in the comments below. Bye bye.